Guys, we're talking about cube roots today. So we learned about square roots, which was finding what number times itself equals the evaluated formula found. Um, Cube roots are not going to be too different, but there's a little tweak to them. First thing we want to remember, cubed. Cubed means raised to the power of 3. So that might start to tell you what cube roots might mean. If you couldn't guess, here it is. Cube root is asking for the base that, if raised to the 3rd power, gives you an evaluated number. Yesterday, with square roots, it was the 2nd. Cube roots is asking for the base raised to the 3rd power. The symbol for a cubed root. Symbol for a cubed root is going to look very similar to a square root, except instead of just this, we need to put a 3, a little 3 right above the hook there. Don't write a big 3. That means something else. Little 3 right above the hook of the radical symbol. As usual, our number will be underneath here that they're asking for the 3rd or the cube root of. We have to take that number and find out which root times itself again equals that number that's underneath the radical symbol. We'll look at an example of an actual number with it. So if we see something like this, where we have the radical symbol, we have the hook with a little 3 above it, that means cube root of 27, because 27 is the number underneath it. It's important to remember, even though it has the number 27 in it, cube root of 27 does not equal 27. It's asking what number, which would be the root, times itself and times itself again equals 27. So it takes a little bit more thinking. So let's see how this works out down below. So if we have the cube root of 27, that means we are looking for, I shouldn't put an equal sign though, because it's not equals. We are looking for which number which will be the root, times itself, so that it appears 3 times in our problem, gives us 27. So it takes a little bit of thinking. I would think about the numbers that 27 is divisible by first. So 27 is divisible by 1, but 27 divided by 1 equals 27. So if we divide it by 1 again, we still get 27. That doesn't work because I can't put 1 times 1 times 1 and get 27. 1 times 1 times 1 would be 1. 2. Well, I can't divide 27 by 2, so I instantly rule that out. But just think, 2 times 2 times 2, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. 8 is not 27, so that wouldn't work. 3. I can divide 27 by 3. 27 divided by 3 is 9. So that tells me that I want to keep thinking about it. 3 might be possible. 3 times 3 equals 9. 9 times 3 equals 27. So there we have it. That's the number we're looking for. So we would say that the cube root of 27, that's the way that I write that statement right there. This means the cube root of 27 equals 3. It's as simple as that, because 3 to the third power equals 27. Okay, so we are going to look at a little trick. Now, because cube roots take a decent amount of thought, for 27 it wasn't too hard because we found out that it was 3, and 3 is a pretty quick number that we tested. But if we get very large numbers, it might not be so easy. So I'm going to show you a trick in the calculator on how to find cube roots using the calculator. In your calculator, the first thing you want to press is 3, just the number 3 for the third root. So I go to my calculator, I make sure it's turned on, clear anything that shows up. First number I will type is 3. So I'm telling it I want the third root of, or other words, the cube root of. To get the radical symbol, I need to press second and then the caret. Sorry about that, but here's what these buttons look like in the calculator. So I have my 3 there. Press second, so that whatever button I press next is actually the blue symbol. So we see here, we don't want this one because that's just square root. Right here, this is the caret button. Above it, we see how we have the radical symbol with a little x above it. Remember, x is a variable. That value can change. So we press this. We see how we have 3, then my little x with a radical symbol. That 3 on the calculator reads this as cube root. The 3 is above the hook. That's how the calculator reads it. Next down, we're just going to type whatever number we want to find the cube root of. Let's go ahead and just make sure that these calculators work. We know that the cube root of 27 is 3. So we're going to type in 27, and let's just make sure that it gives us the same thing. So here I will go to, I'll just type 2727. That's all I need. I press enter, and it tells us the cube root is 3.